this world be cast out. And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. This, he said, signifies uh, what death he should die. Christ's death on the cross was the judgment of the world and the prince of this world. This is one of the things that the Holy Spirit will bear witness to, according to John 16, verses 7 through 11. We live in a world that is judged. He came to die a judgment death for the sins of the world. If the world will not accept him, the world is judged. How is Satan, the prince of the world, cast out? I believe it is done gradually. When Christ died on the cross, I'm convinced that Satan did not understand what was happening. What he thought would be a defeat turned into a victory. He lost the battle at the cross, which is the reason the Lord could say that the prince of this world is cast out. Then in Revelations chapter 12 and verse 10, we are told that Satan will be cast out of heaven, which is the second stage. Then in Revelations 23, he will be cast into the bottomless pit. And in Revelations 20:10, he will be cast into the lake of fire. That is the last stage of his defeat. At the cross, his doom was sealed. The cross marks the victory of Christ and the defeat of Satan. Jesus puts the emphasis on his redemptive death. His death will draw all men unto him. Those who believe will be saved, those who reject him will be lost. Consider how important it is to lift up Jesus before men, to put the emphasis on his redemptive death. There are there are multitudes passing by the church today who are not hearing the word because the church no longer lifts up Christ upon the church. I will be lifted up upon the earth. I will draw all men to me. The church is not lifting up Jesus Christ and drawing all men to him. They have lost their sense of guidance. Think of the laborers and the students and the men in the uniforms of our country and the white collared groups, the rich. They do not hear Jesus. The crucified Lord is not being lifted up in the churches today. They do not hear. Let me read that again. Jesus, the crucified Christ, is not being lifted up in the churches today. And read the sentence before that. Think of the laborers, the students, and the men in uniform of our country, and white collar workers and groups. Friends, the gospel needs to be preached, and the gospel is about Jesus Christ, who was crucified. Verse 34. The people answered, We have heard out of the law that Christ abideth forever. And how sayest thou, the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is this Son of Man? The crowd is really confused. They say, when Christ comes, he will reign forever. And now you say that you are not abiding, but are going to die. They just did not understand what was wrong. The Persians, God doesn't bleed. And so for a God to come and die, is not the God that humanity accepts. Verse 35 and 36. Then Jesus said unto them, Yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while ye have light, lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. While ye have light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of light. These things spake Jesus, and departed, and abide, and did hide himself from them. Jesus now withdraws, and this ends his public ministry. He will never appear publicly again until he comes to this earth to establish his kingdom.